If you think Eli Manning is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson, I hope you get raped. I'm just joking. But anyways, y'all, I was just scrolling through Instagram the other day at work. I was scrolling past all types of shit on my timeline. And then I saw First Take posted, Eli Manning or Russell Wilson? And I thought to myself, it's obviously Russell Wilson, right? It's obviously the consensus top 3 quarterback for almost a decade in the league, right? It's obviously not the guy that threw 20 interceptions in a season 3 times, right? The comments really showed me the state of ball knowledge for football in 2025, if I'm being honest. Because the majority said it was Eli Manning. It might be recency bias because, to be honest, Russell Wilson sucks. But do y'all remember 2015 to 2021 Russell Wilson? Number 2 player on NFL Top 100, the consensus top 3 quarterback in the league. At some points, the best quarterback in the league. Russell Wilson, leading the Seahawks to the playoffs every year, making Doug Baldwin look like an all-pro receiver. Russell Wilson, throwing 30-plus touchdowns 5 years in a row. Russell Wilson. I don't think y'all do. I think it might be just a bunch of young kids talking about this. But Russell Wilson is undoubtedly the better quarterback over Eli fucking Manning. And what's been pissing me off the most is how much in sports debate aura is brought up. Yes, Eli Manning has hella aura for being Tom Brady twice in the playoffs, right? That's objectively true. But he just gets so much more points. He just gets so much more... Because he beat Tom Brady, bro. And he didn't do it once. He did it twice. Because he ran it back again in 2011 and beat Tom Brady again in a worse Super Bowl performance where he had a 75% completion percentage, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Yet, Eli Manning single-handedly beat Tom Brady, bro. This wasn't no Nick Foles in 2018 type of stats he put up in these 2 games. He was a game manager with a defense that was on fire. He did not only himself beat Tom Brady. He wasn't the main reason Tom Brady lost both of these Super Bowls. Was he a big reason? Yes, but he wasn't the main reason. Hell, you can even argue he wasn't even the best player on any of these teams. But that's not even my point with all this. Because he has 2 Super Bowl rings against Tom Brady. That's great. But he's not even a better Super Bowl performer than Russell Wilson. Why does he get so much zucky just for his 2 Super Bowl wins over Russell Wilson and he's not putting up better stats? It's because who he went against? Does Tom Brady play defense, my nigga? Let me chill. Russell Wilson, yes, he has 1 less ring, but he has more touchdown passes. He has the same amount of interceptions. He has a better completion percentage. He has a better passer rating, and he's more efficient in every Super Bowl he's been in. And they've been in 2, by the way. And in the 2 Super Bowls, Russell Wilson each game had a better performance than Eli Manning. So you can't even really give this dude the Super Bowl performer nod over him. So besides aura beating another quarterback that doesn't play fucking defense, besides beating a quarterback that doesn't even play defense, there's no reason you should be sitting here in front of me with the understanding Eli Manning is better than Russell Wilson in Super Bowls. Especially if you take into the fact in the first game, they only scored 17 points. They won. I can't hold them. But they only scored 17. And if we're really going at it, if we're really just calling Eli Manning better because who he played against, the 2013 Legion of Boom Russell Wilson Seahawks played the greatest offense of all time, even better than the 2007 Patriots and the 2013 Broncos who beat all their records. They beat them 48-3. But we don't give Russell Wilson that kind of aura for it like we do the glazing for Eli Manning. But man, y'all bouncing on that shit way too much, bro. And it goes to the fact, I don't think younger kids really know who prime Russell Wilson is. Let me introduce you to him and compare him to Eli fucking Manning. I can't believe this is a conversation, really. In 2015, after the Legion of Boom era, after the Seattle Seahawks became an offensively focused team compared to how they were defensively focused in prior years, Russell Wilson threw 4,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. In contrast, Eli Manning's best statistical season was 4,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, to 16 interceptions. A less efficient season wasn't even good enough to make the playoffs that year. He had better receiving threats than a prime Odell Beckham Jr. He doubled the amount of interceptions Russell Wilson had and had 1 more touchdown pass than him. That is Eli Manning's best season. And to put it out there, Russell Wilson has way better seasons than this 2015 year where he threw 34 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And if you put this 2015 year for Russell Wilson, an average year during this stretch for him in Eli Manning's career, that would be the best year of his career. And the next year, 2016, Russell Wilson did take a dip. He threw for 4,219 yards, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But the next year, he came back with 3,900 yards, 35 touchdowns, to 7 interceptions. So I messed this up right here. I confused the years 2017 2017 and 2018, I think. Anywho, in 2017, Russell Wilson threw for 3,900 yards, 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And then in 2018, he threw for 3,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. My point still stands. These both would be Eli Manning's best years in his career, but let's continue with this video. My bad. Put this in Eli Manning's career. This would be the best regular season year of his literal career. And then in 2019, Russell Wilson threw for 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. 3 of these 4 years, he threw 30 touchdowns to single-digit interceptions. Have you ever seen Eli Manning do some shit like that? Eli Manning threw for 30 touchdowns 3 times in his career. All of them, he had 12 plus interceptions. In 1 year, he had 25 interceptions. Like, just stop it. If you think Eli Manning's better, literally just stop it.
If you think Eli Manning is better, I pray your girlfriend gets pregnant tonight. I pray your girlfriend gets pregnant with your dad's kid.
And then the next year in 2020, guess what? Russell Wilson led the league in touchdown passes. He threw for 4,200 yards, 40 touchdowns, a number Eli Manning never touched in his damn career. Russell Wilson led the league in touchdown passes this year. The only stat Eli Manning led the league in is interceptions. 3 times. Eli Manning has 3 years where he threw 20 plus interceptions and 2 years where he threw 25 plus interceptions. Even in this era, that is god awful. And not to mention, there's not a single year in Eli Manning's career where he started where he threw under 10 interceptions. He never threw single digit interceptions. You got Russell Wilson throwing 30 touchdowns to single digit interceptions 3 times in his career. So I showed you Russell Wilson's peak and I compared it to Eli Manning's, and it's really not close. But let me go into Eli Manning's stats a little bit more so you can really grasp it, so you can really take the out of your fucking mouth, bro. In Eli Manning's best statistical stretch from 2011 to 2016, he had a 500, exactly 48 and 48 quarterback record. He did win a Super Bowl in this time span. He threw 164 touchdowns to 102 interceptions, even having a year where he threw 18 touchdowns to 27 interceptions in this span. Now you might say, I didn't choose his best career span because he had this terrible season. What other span could I pick? If I pick any other span, his interception numbers are literally going up. And that is how ridiculously different Eli Manning is from Russell freaking Wilson. You can't find a span like Russell Wilson in Eli Manning's career at all. He had a quarterback rating of 87, and Russell Wilson through his span, he had a quarterback rating of at least 100. Yes, he won 1 Super Bowl in this time span, but if you take it statistically, if you look at his Super Bowl stats, compare it to Russell Wilson, if you look at his efficiency, if you look at his arm talent, hell, you could argue he had more help with Odell Beckham Jr. And compare it to Russell Wilson's stats, his arm talent, and how he literally titty fucks him in every stat, every playoff stat, in every Super Bowl stat. There is no reason at all you would think Eli Manning had a better peak. And he didn't even have better longevity. Because while Russell Wilson was in Denver getting hate in his 12th season, he threw 3,070 yards, 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, and a 96 passer rating. This would also be one of Eli Manning's best years in his career. While Russell Wilson's getting hate for this season, it would be one of Eli Manning's best years in his literal NFL career. Well, yes, in Eli Manning's 12th year, he threw 26 touchdowns to 16 interceptions, and he did make the playoffs, but he wasn't as efficient as Russell Wilson. He had a worse completion percentage, and he had a worse passer rating. A Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson, has one of the best years in Eli Manning's career and has better longevity stats than Eli Manning in his 12th year. You don't understand how ridiculous this argument is. I hope you can grasp why I'm so appalled this is even a question. And after this, Eli Manning really went to shit, throwing 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He had 21 touchdowns, 11, then 6-5 and retired. Russell Wilson's also going to shit after that year. But granted, his next year in Pittsburgh, he threw 16 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, which is way more efficient than Eli Manning. And not to mention, Russell Wilson puts up better playoff stats all around. Take away aura, and you got a quarterback in Russell Wilson that's better than Eli Manning at passing, efficiency, he's more mobile, he has the better arm, he's more talented, the better stats, playoff stats, Super Bowl stats, had worse weapons around him to throw to, has more all-pro teams, led the league in a stat except interceptions, led the league in passing touchdowns, never threw more interceptions than passing touchdowns in a season, had the better peak, better yearly numbers, better quarterback rating, basically anything you want better in a quarterback. It was Russell Wilson. Eli Manning quite literally does nothing better than Russell Wilson. If you don't believe it still, you can have it. And you can also have this fucking fit. That's going to be the end of this video, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all boys later. Thank you for the support on the last video. My vids have been doing bad recently, but I'll catch y'all boys later. Peace.
5, pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal. Malcolm Butler, who almost made the phenomenal play that wound up in Percy's arms. There are flags on the field for a celebration. Amazing. Butler, a rookie free agent out of West Alabama.
They try to pick play, Al. They tried to go here, but he beats him to the punch. And I'm sorry, but I can't believe the call.
Me neither.
I cannot believe the call. You've got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. You've got a guy that's been borderline unstoppable in this part of the field. I can't believe the call.
And there is Brady